Hi friends, I'm Tyagraj. Once again, welcome to Tally Spotlight Knowledge Sharing Session. In this session, we are going to see year-end accounting tips and tricks in Tally Prime application. Before starting this session, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe our channel and click on notification bell to get more and future updates. Now let's see year-end accounting in Tally Prime application. The first one is rectify errors and omission in accounts as well as inventory. Second one is accounts and inventory reconciliation. Third one is year-end adjustment entries and provisions. Finally, key points. Now let's see in Tally Prime application itself. If you want to rectify errors and omission means from the gateway of Tally screen, you need to click on display menu report. In the display menu, you can able to see list of options, but in that we are going to select exception reports. So exception report we can able to open directly by clicking on go to option, or you can click on Alt G. List of option is there. Search for exception report. Here we can able to find out the exception report. It is listing some few options. If you want to see more option, click on show more option. If you want to see some other features also related to this exception report, show inactive option, so that you can able to get that all the option listed in this same screen itself. Under exception report, we are going to select negative ledgers report. Once click on enter, we can able to see the negative ledger details there. In that report, you can able to see customer balance supposed to show debit balance. Now here it is showing credit balance. In this transaction, you can able to see we have received excess money from the customer against service bill. Hence, the customer balance showing credit balance. Now let's see other possible reasons are the first one, advance received. In case before providing service or before selling any product to the customer, if you receive any amount in the form of advance, those party ledger balance it will show you credit balance. In second possibility, in case any bill entry omitted in particular customer account, only we are posted receipt entry, those cases also it will be show party ledger credit balance. The last one, human error. There is a possibility while posting any receipt entry, by mistake we have posted wrong figure in that particular party or customer ledger account, or receipt entry posted by selecting wrong customer instead of actual customer. Those cases also it will show you credit balance. These are the major reason for customer ledger account balance show you in credit balance. Similarly, supplier ledger or service provider ledger it will show you debit balance instead of credit balance. Those cases also the possible reason is in case you have made payment for future purchase in the form of advance, or if you are omitted any purchase bill entry in your books of account, or is there any human error in particular supplier or service provider ledger account. The supplier ledger account balance will show you debit balance instead of credit balance. Now let's see one more example for negative ledger. Input tax ledger showing debit balance, but why it is in negative ledger report? Here, input tax ledger created under group duties and taxes, hence it's reflecting in negative ledger report. Duties and tax ledger supposed to show credit balance. If it is a debit balance means it will reflect here. Unadjusted or excess input tax credit will reflect in negative ledger report. Now let's see this negative stock report. Once get into negative stock report, here you can see the one product showing negative balance. Once get into the monthly summary, here you can see there is no inward, only outward is there. Means there is no opening stock for this JK cement item. There is no purchase entry posted. Directly we have posted sales entry, hence it is showing negative stock report. Let's see other possible reasons. In case if you are omitted any purchase bill entry, or before posting purchase entry directly you have posted sales entry, those item or those SKU product details it will reflect in negative stock report. Another reason is omitted any conversion entry. For example, when you are purchasing an item in the form of bundles, when you are selling the same item in the form of pieces or units or numbers, those cases we have to do conversion process. One bundle is equal to how many numbers, pieces or units. We need to mention clearly. Or while posting the purchase entry itself, we need to mention it's in pieces. So while selling as it is, we can able to use the same item with the same unit of measurement. Otherwise, it will reflect in negative stock item report. Another reason, if you are omitted any production entry, those cases also the stock item will reflect in negative stock report. If you are buying raw material and selling finished goods, those cases you need to post one production entry. How much raw material you are consuming it, what is the final product you are producing it. If you ignore that production entry, straight away posting sales entry, it will show you negative stock and same stock will reflect in negative stock report. In case of manufacturing or mining industry, we have to post production entry. Finally, human error entries. While posting any transaction, if you posted excess quantity in sales entry instead of actual quantity, or wrongly selected different product instead of actual product, those cases it will reflect in negative stock report. Now let's see other exception report. Click on escape, come to exception report. There you need to click on overdue bills receivable. In this screen you can able to see overdue bills receivable from the customer. It's listed here. Particularly this customer, Vivek Tech Consultant. There is a service bill 64,900. In that partially we are received, means 59,400 we are received. Still pending is 5,500. Hence it is a service bill. The TDS is applicable on that service amount 55,000. The 10% TDS is applicable in case professional service or different service. The different tax percentage will be applicable based on the nature of business wise. Here the 5,500 nothing but the TDS amount. You need to make sure by logging to the income tax portal, or you can get the confirmation account from the customer end. Now let's see other possible reasons. Unadjusted bills. While receiving money from the customer, we have to make sure that amount is received against which bill. We need to knock those bills based on the payment advice or based on FIFO method. In case if you are dumping into an account, those unadjusted bill will display in overdue bills receivable report. Similarly, while posting credit note, we have to select against which invoice we are posting credit note. If you are not selecting that bill, those bills will reflect in overdue bills receivable report. Another reason is bad debts. Any unrecoverable bill amount will reflect in overdue bills receivable report. Those bills we need to find out and knock off. Otherwise, it will reflect in overdue bills receivable report. Another reason is human error. While posting transaction, in the bills also we'll select new reference, and while receiving money from the customer also we'll select new reference. Those bills it will reflect in overdue bills receivable report. These are the major reason for reflecting overdue bills receivable report. Similarly, one more report is overdue bills payable report. Here also same reason will come. So whenever you are making payment to the vendor, we need to select against which bill you are making payment. We have to disclose the purchase invoice detail in the payment advice, how you are making payment, against which bill you are making payment, and we need to get the confirmation from the vendor or supplier or service provider. Other reasons are same, unadjusted bills. In case there is any debit note we are received from the supplier, we have to adjust against which bill we are received that debit note. One more reason is human error. While posting the transaction, we are not selected bill-wise reference against which bill we are making payment or against which bill you are posting credit note. Those cases it will reflect in overdue bills payable report. These are the major reason for reflecting overdue bills payable report. Let's see one more report for self-assessment of accounting. From the display menu, click on Analysis and Verification. Under that, click on Data Analysis. Same data analysis report directly you can open by using Go To option. There you need to search for data analysis. In this screen, we can able to see a list of options: verification of accounts, verification of stock item, verification of balance, analytical procedures, pending documents, periodic payments and receipts, repeated transactions, relative size factors, interbank transactions, cash withdrawals, deposits to bank, fixed asset analysis, transaction on holidays, highest and lowest value transactions, pending advance, stale checks or instruments. Let us quickly go through that few options here in this list. Periodic payment and receipt report is there. Once click on enter, it will ask you the which group you are going to select. We are going to select indirect expenses. Under the indirect expenses, we need to select that which are the ledgers it will come under this periodic payment and receipt report. Currently there is no transaction in that particular report, so let's move on to another report. Let's see repeated transaction. The repeated transactions are rent payable. Expense booking we are entered for 12 months, but instead of 12 months we have posted 14 months. There is a 2 transaction duplicated the same month. For example, you can see the June month there is a same transaction, repeated transaction you can see we are highlighting here. Similarly for September month also it is duplicated. Those duplicate transaction we need to remove it. In case any transactions omitted, post those omitted transaction and correct the accounts. Let's see another report, relative size factor. Once click on relative size factor, it's showing the list of ledger and the size of that particular ledger transaction. Next, interbank and cash withdrawal and deposit to bank, that's a contra entry, it will reflect. You need to cross check that bank transaction, how you have posted. Next, fixed asset analysis, it will show you the opening value of the asset and added value for that particular asset. Any deduction is there if you reduce the value of asset, then finally it will show you the closing balance. You need to cross check that those fixed asset value details. Transaction on holidays, you need to cross check that the transaction details whether any entry posted in transaction holidays means you need to rectify those entries. First, if you want to set that transaction holiday list, we can select that week off, and similarly any festival is there in that particular year, you define it. Based on that, report will reflect that any transaction posted on holidays, it will list that one, you need to rectify it. Next one is we need to cross check that highest and lowest value of the transactions. In particular ledger, for example rent, every month we are paying the same amount means there is no difference. In case if any amount is varies means some reasonable difference may be there. Major changes, those cases you need to find out whether is there any valid reason for that difference or is there any issue, you need to rectify it. Next report is advance payment. Any transaction posted by paying advance means, so here it will reflect. The last one is tail check. Here there is a 4 transaction is there. We are already posted payment transaction by using check. Here those checks are not get cleared till date, means if it is more than 90 days that check will be invalid. Those transactions we need to reverse it, so we need to identify that transaction, we need to rectify here. Let's see the key point to remember. We have to refer relevant documents or register for reconcile these accounts. Next, we need to check the physical stock verification as of particular date. Cross check that saleable stock availability in our location or godowns. Next, we need to get the confirmation accounts from the vendors or customer for accounts reconciliation purpose. The last key point is reevaluate your assets and liabilities. I hope we have shared some valuable information in this knowledge sharing session. You may like this session and share with your friends. Please subscribe our channel and click on notification bell to get more and future updates. Thank you for watching Tally Spotlight knowledge sharing session. Stay tuned, every day is something new to learn.